Welcome to the another league game of the Elite T20 Division game here at Westwinds Cricket Ground. This broadcast is brought to you by 22 Yards, courtesy our sponsors Kinetic Sports, YYC Cricket, Northwest Physio and Massage, Auto Reboot, and Source Sport. All in readiness here. Important game this for Knights. Won an important toss here. Saad Khan, the captain of Glenmore Knights. And the two openers are in the middle. Sanjay S. has played 64 games, close to about 1,500 runs. And Daniel, who's going to take the strike. A healthy strike rate there, 111. Played 124 games, close to about 2,400 runs. And Just is going to start the proceedings from the Calgary airport end. It's going to go left arm over the stumps. Left armor to a left armor. Quite windy here at the grounds today. Wind blowing from the western side of the ground to the eastern side of the ground will help Just to get the ball in towards the batsman as the first ball is being delivered. Short ball put away towards short fine leg by Dan. Opens the account with a single. Glenmore Knights would be looking at a score of 150, 160 plus. The top three teams are separated by a thin margin on run rates at the same point. The next ball is bowled short outside the off stump. Sanjay punches it towards covers. Fielder fields a short cover. Well fielded there. Shot again outside the off stump. Cut away. Was a little bit away from the fielder, was in air. Dived but could not reach. Good attempt there. Picks up a single, Sanjay. Opens his account as well. Six-3 field. That's a good ball. Played towards short point where they take a single, overthrows, and they come across for the second run. It was a tight single. These two guys run pretty well. Running the first one hard is key to putting pressure on the fielders. Good length delivery there. Defended. But the point fielder comes in and fields. Working on the ball there. Shine of the ball wanting to keep one side of the ball shiny. Comes in, has been hit, is high up in the air. Let's see if he catches. Is over him, and it's a boundary. Fell inside. Lucky there for Dan. Went high up in the air, and the fielder was little inside, misjudged it a little bit. First boundary of the innings. Didn't know much of that delivery, Dan. Was in two minds whether to pull it or to defend it. They neither hit the glove. No damage done. End of the first over. Glenmore Knights 8 for none. Lush green outfield here. Sanjay taking guard from the umpire. The game started a little bit late, as was work being done on the ground. Glenmore Knights won the toss, had no hesitation to bat first. This is Robbie. Comes in, bowls. It's been put away towards short square leg. Gets a single. Came in that ball. Was on the shorter side of the length. Two fielders out on the boundary line. Long on and mid wicket for the left-hander. 5-4 field. Short third man point. Cover. Extra cover. Short extra cover. Mid off. Fine leg. Short mid wicket. Long on and mid wicket. As Robbie gets ready. Bowls down a full pitch delivery. Played straight. Another, not misfield really, but he threw the ball to hit the stumps. The bowler was too far backing up. Nobody there to collect the ball. Dan realizing opportunity for the single. Calling his partner who responded pretty well there, Sanjay. Complete the single. Dan moves up to 8. Full straightish ball driven towards short mid wicket. This is a appeal for LBW going down. Came in. Good length delivery. Pitching middle and off and going further down towards leg side. Huge appeal there, but nothing doing, says the umpire. Sanjay cuts it. There's a call for single. Should. Oh my God. They had so much time to run Dan out. Sanjay ball watching Daniel almost coming close to where Sanjay was. The wicky got the ball, didn't realize. Narrow escape there for Dan. Wanting to slog that hit over the mid wicket in the gap area. Doesn't connect well. Gets a single. That was pretty schoolboy stuff. Kind of commentator's curse. I did say that these batsmen run well within the wickets, but not on that occasion. 11 for none. Good over there by Robbie. Just 3 runs off it. Kings 2. Created a chance, but they've created a couple of chances so far. Dan was dropped at long on. Wasn't easy chance, but wasn't difficult as well. Was pretty catchable. Haven't capitalized on the chances that they've created. Kings 2. 2 chances going begging in 2 overs. As just balls close to the stumps. Cross the batsman. Sanjay eyeing the cow corner. There's a big gap between mid-wicket and long on. Was wideish. Missed the ball completely. This one he bowled from the corner of the crease. Sanjay wanting to drive the ball, gets a thickish edge. The ball running down towards backward point boundary. Picked up by the fielder. Sanjay picks up 2 more. You can sense that both these batsmen want to capitalize on the power play. Some challenge with the laces there, as the square leg umpire is helping Sanjay to tie the laces. Davy Hazel, the square leg umpire, as just bowls the next ball. Shot outside the off stump, punched over the covers, running towards the boundary line. The fielder fields inside just before the line. Sanjay gets another couple. Was in air, but was in gap as well. This one has been hit in the air. Is it a catch? Oh, that's a good try. Is a good try. The ball fell short of the fielder there at mid wicket. He had to run good 10-15 meters. Was quite close to the ball, but not enough. Didn't even get hands close to the ball. 2 more added, 17 for none. Sanjay living dangerously here. Outside the off stump, has been again hit over the covers. Should be another 2, and Dan falls down. Slips. results in a single only. Dan was turning for the second when he slipped. Gave a big call of no after that. Sanjay moves into double figures. It's Glenmore Knights in 18. That's a good ball. Good length. That's a channel the Kings 2 bowlers should look to bowl. Let the batsman make mistakes. A bit hot here today. Batsman having a quick drink. Danny usually comes down the order, but for past few games, Glenmore Knights trying him as an opener. He can hit the ball long. He has the game to play percentage cricket as well and hit the ball long as well. He can accelerate. As Robbie comes in, shot has been pulled away towards fine leg. Doesn't have the legs to reach the boundary line. There's a call for third, and they run 3 runs. The fielder from short square leg had to move towards deep fine leg. That was short. And played well by Sanjay there. There was a confident stroke. Turned towards square leg. Dan happy with a single. Sanjay's in good form. Driven towards mid-off. Batsman completes the single before mid-off fields and returns the ball back to the bowler. A couple of weeks back, Sanjay scored a ton in a 35 over league game. Robbie straight. Fuller ball played back to the bowler by Dan. No addition to the score. Bowling gentle medium pace. Shortish run up. Shot has been dispatched over fine leg for 4. Brilliant shot that from Dan. Picked up the length quickly. You bowl in those areas to Dan, he's going to punish you all day. Last ball of the 4th over coming up. Glenmore Knights moved to 27. Dan leaves that alone. Full outside the off stump. End of the over. Score remains at 27 for none. Glenmore Knights are currently on the third spot in the league. Have done pretty well so far in this tournament. A key to them being in the top three, top four has been different players standing up in different matches, but have been buoyed by Amir Hamza, who has been in a tremendous bowling form. This is a first bowling change. Shot has been punched towards point. Crosses over for a single. Kings 2 pretty much out of the tournament. They won only one game out of their 6. Sitting on the 9th spot. As Dhaliwal bowls to Dan. Dan takes it with the wind. It goes over, sails over the long on boundary. Another maximum. Great connection there from Dan. Has the knack of picking up length early, Dan. Was in his slot. Went through the shot. Sailed over long on for a maximum. Shot again has been pulled. Is another 6. We'll wait for the fielder, but it looked a 6 from here. Still waiting for the confirmation. That has been given as a boundary. Great shot that from Dan. Wide outside the off stump. Not a great start for Dhaliwal. Full, taken full, driven towards long on. Batsman complete 1 before the fielder comes in and fields. Change in the field. Mid off coming up. Mid on going back to long on. The slow one picked up by Sanjay. Run through for a quick single. The score moves up to 41 for none. The kind of start that Glenmore Knights would have wanted. Dhaliwal has been driven again towards long off. Picks up another single, Dan. Moves up to 24. 25 from 14. Couple of lusty boundaries in this over. 42 for none in 5. It's more than a decent start here from Glenmore Knights. Frequent drinks being taken. Looks like it's hotter in the middle. They've been running pretty hard as well, so I'm sure that's contributing to it. Though both these guys are pretty fit, they run hard. Fielders being moved. There's another bowling change as Damanpreet is going to start a fresh over, the last of the power play. From the south end of the ground. Hamza Ilyas batted up. As Damanpreet comes in high arm action. Good start. Foolish delivery outside the off stump. Going across the left-hander. Dan lets it go. Watching the ball closely enough. Enticing Damanpreet. But Dan did not take the bait. Next one shot is an appeal for LBW. Should have been going down, or maybe the height was an issue there. Leg by signaled. It was a quicker one. Dan wanted to play towards the fine leg. Hit the thigh pad. Good start here from Damanpreet. Outside the off stump, beautiful delivery. Excellent length. Settling into a great line and length here, Damanpreet. Shortest ball outside the off stump. Sanjay wanting to punch. It through offside. Missing it. Daman comes in and this one has been hit over the bowler. Straight. Couple of runs. The batsman complete two. As the ball is fielded in the outfield. It was a straight shot. Good shot there. The ball was full. Sanjay coming into the line of the ball. Punching it down. Moves up to 18. Glenmore Knights 45 for none. Outside the off stump, wanting to cut it. The ball moving away from Sanjay. Was the last ball of the power play. Good start there from Damanjeet. It's got a beautiful action for a fast bowler. High arm, runs in hard. Think tank there discussing field positions for Dan. The field spreads as the power play ends. Pretty much regulation field here for Dan. 5 inside, 4 outside. Sweeper cover, long off, long on. And they make a change now. So 5 fielders coming out. Cow corner goes back to the boundary. We got a squarish mid wicket as Dan Hits that ball over our heads. 6 more. That's a fantastic shot there from Dan. Can't get any better. He's hitting the ball straight, Dan. When he gets the fuller balls, and he's been pulling quite well as well, the short stuff. 6 more to Dan. Moves up to 31 quickly. And Glenmore Knights 51 for none. The ball is being bought back from the boundary. Looks like they've kind of lost the ball there. A couple of fielders trying to find the ball. High grass. That was a great shot by Dan. The straighter boundary from that end is a little bit smaller than the straighter boundary from the other end, making full use of it. Dan is playing a good knock here, and he needs to carry on. He can take the game away from the opponents. Has that capability. Nicknamed Dan. Daniel Paul, his name in full. Still finding the ball. Is a halt in play. As a couple of more fielders run towards the area where the ball has disappeared in tall grass. And as we say, Dandura Sheher mein or Bacha Bagal mein. They went too far, but the ball was closer to the area where the grass starts. Play about to begin again after the ball has been brought back into the field of play. As Dhaliwal comes in again, wanted to hit that over, run quickly. Got an thick edge there, Dan. The ball went towards the third man stationed on the 45. Dhaliwal comes in, bowls full, has been driven straight to the fielder, but he misses it. And the batsmen come across quickly to complete the single. Oh, through a kitchen sink there, Dan, but was wide. Signal by umpire. Shot. Oh, got an edge. He wanted to play that towards the leg side. Got an outside edge. Flew And the short third man giving a chase, fielding the ball just before the boundary line. Dan adds two more to his kitty. Full, almost yorked himself, although the ball was outside the line of the stumps. Oh, misses completely. If you have a look at the stance, it's an open stance. His front leg is opened up. That allows him to get a good swing of the bat, but misses that ball completely. End of 7 overs, 56 for none. Bowling change here. Spin being introduced. We'll wait and watch if he is really bowl spin, because there are some bowlers in this league who bowl slow medium and their run-ups are pretty short. Hardeep. Making sure his fielders are at the right spots. Oh, that's an edge. Flew quickly. No slip in place. Wanting a second one, but sent back by Sanjay, rightly so. It's a sweeper cover for Dan. And three fielders on the boundary line on the leg side, plus a short mid wicket. As Hardeep comes in, bowls a quicker one through the air. It's been placed in the gap towards sweeper cover. The fielder from short cover moving behind, fetching the ball. Dan picks up another single. Wasn't a convincing shot, but got a single nonetheless. Good length there, driven. Coming in the line of the ball, head over the top of the ball. Bat coming nicely through. Full toss taken full by Dan. Hit towards mid wicket for a single. Pushed, gets in thickish edge. The ball not going where Sanjay intended to place the ball. Gets a couple. Sanjay moves to 23. Dan is batting on a well-made 36. 62 for none. Knights. Hardeep bowls. Next one, little shortish, has been cut towards point straight where the fielder fields. End of the over. Sanjay can clear the park easily as well. The innings he scored a ton. He hit quite a few lusty hits over mid wicket and square leg and long on. Talking about tons, just a trivia. First over, first ever double hundred scored in an ICC organized tournament was not Sachin Tendulkar. The first double hundred in the limited over game was Saeed Al Safar from UAE. It was not an international, it was not an ODI international, but it was an one-day game. It was an ACC trophy back in 1998. It was the first guy to hit a double hundred in an ICC organized tournament. Dhaliwal switches, Damanpreet switches ends. Both the teams in that match didn't have ODI status at that point of time. Daman, shot of length. Dan hitting a flat bat shot towards long on and gets a single. The double hundred came against Thailand in a Group B match of the ACC Trophy. Funnily enough, UAE had qualified and had the ODI status in 1996, where they played the ODI World Cup, but lost the ODI status after that because of some rule changes by ICC. I think it had to do something with the number of players, minimum number of players to be born in the country, as next ball has been driven towards long off, long on. They run quickly. Two more at it. .65 for no loss. Driven down towards long on, gets another single. Dan takes that ball on the full. Didn't get enough. Wanted a second. Sent back by Sanjay. Had to be contended with one there. Graham Pollock was the first ever to score in double hundred in a List A game. While as Saeed Al Safar, as I said, did it in an ICC organized tournament. Approaching the half of the innings. On the other hand, Belinda Clark was the first batswoman to score a double hundred. Tenth over in progress here. Sanjay waits for that, watches closely as the ball is down the leg. Didn't want to touch that. Wide signal by the umpire. That's been hit towards Kaukana. Picked up, lobbed it, gets a single. The good thing is Glenmore Knights are keeping the scoreboard moving. With the kind of batting they have, I think they'll be happy with where they are at the current stage of the game in terms of score. That has been hit. Let's wait and watch, and it's taken at long on. Didn't get the distance, was a flatter hit. Perishes Dan for a well-made 38. Went straight to the fielder, at long on, who completes the catch. Wicket for Hardeep here in his second over. Difficult to hit the slow ones. You have to make sure you have a lot of power behind to clear the boundary. The wind not helping Dan there. Gets a good reception. Dan as he goes back to his dugout. $70 for one. Hamza Ilyas, the next man in. There's a modest record. Not wearing a helmet. Hamza, because the spinner is in operation. Defended. First ball was a quicker through the air. Hamza wants to hit that over square leg. Doesn't get full on the bat. Inside edge onto the pads. Hardeep last ball outside the off stump has been hit. Over and is another catch. Two good catches there by the long off fielder. And Hamza Ilyas doesn't trouble the scorer. Caught at long on of the bowling of Hardeep for a duck. Wanting to accelerate there. $71, is it? 70 for 2. Lost both the wickets on the same score. Glenmore Knights as the next batsman, Saad Khan, a skipper of Glenmore Knights, is making way to the center of the wicket. Saad has a good record. Coming at an important juncture of the game, of the innings of Glenmore Knights. This important phase of the game. Glenmore Knights would be looking to rebuild after losing a couple of wickets on the same score. Sanjay still there on 28 from 30. Daman starting the fresh over from the north end. He's bowling a very good line and length here, Daman. Sanjay wanting to drive that ball on the up. Playing away from the body. Through hands at the ball. Missed completely. Collected by keeper. Foolish. Pitching on middle leg. Flicked away towards fine leg, where the batsman pick up a couple of runs, a direct throw. The keeper had to run towards short fine leg to get that ball, throws it back, hits bullseye, but the batsman had made the crease easily. Shot outside the off stump, wants to cut, was close enough. Wasn't wide enough for that shot. I think Glenmore Knights would be looking at somewhere around 160, and they keep the wickets in hand. And this one has been hit straight. Should be caught there. Is caught. Lobbed up. Wickets falling at regular intervals here for Glenmore Knights. After a good start, a partnership of 70 for the opening wicket, losing 3 wickets in quick succession. Damanpreet has bowled well, gets rewarded for bowling a consistent line and length. Sanjay wanting to hit that ball over long off, didn't get the distance, didn't time the shot too well. Fairly simple catch by Hardeep at long off. This would make Saad think a little bit on how he approaches his batting here. Doesn't like to get bogged down, Saad. Plays his shots as Davy Hazel comes in. And number 5, tall batsman, can make good use of his reach. As Daman comes in and bowls, good ball, gets outside edge of the bat, and the ball is running towards third man boundary. Cut by the fielder who chased it down. Davy starts with a couple. 74 for 3. Glenmore Knights now. Could run up 15 steps or so. Davy gets on top of that ball, covers the bounce well, places it towards short cover, gets the gap between point and short cover. The fielder fields but cannot prevent a single. End of a successful over for Kings 2. Saad is yet to face a ball. Assessing the situation, both the batsmen. As Davy takes guard from the umpire, taking the middle. Full toss. Couldn't capitalize on that. Hardeep bowling his third over of the spell. Misses wanting to drive the ball. Got beaten for length there, I guess. Davy defends that towards short cover. Those 3 wickets would be in their minds. This one is cut towards the sweeper cover. Add one more to the total. It stands at 76 now for the loss of 3 wickets. Those 3 quick wickets would definitely be playing on the minds of Saad and Davy. Places that ball towards short third man and crosses over for a single. Watchful there, Saad. That is edged and falls short of the short third man. Another misunderstanding between the batsmen. Lucky that the ball was thrown at the strikers end. The fielder would have thrown the ball to the non-strikers and Davy would have been struggling. Still 8 overs to go. I think both the batsmen can take a few balls to have a close look of what is coming their way. Kings 2 pulling things back. As there's a bowling change now. Daman has been taken off. Outside the off stump. Hazy looking at the umpire. Daliwal comes back in and head towards. Another misunderstanding there between Saad and Hazy. They need to talk to each other. The ball was going straight towards the fielder, so Hazel was a little reluctant. Luckily for him, the fielder couldn't collect it cleanly, went past him, and they completed a single.
Saad hits that forcefully towards deep cover where the fielder feels gets only single. Was hit well by Saad. Shot over the point fielder. Is it going to clear the boundary? Stops just before. Pick up a couple again. Comes out. Uses the feet. Drives down towards long off. Picks up another single. It's been some time from the last boundary. Saad cuts it straight to the fielder who collects. And Saad walks for another single. 5 runs of the over. End of 13, 84 for 3. I have a feeling something is going to give here. Saad would be mindful of the standings on the points table, where the key difference between the top 4 sides, top 3, is net run rate, and it's not much difference there. The 3 teams separated by point minutest of margins. Saad picks that up, hits it towards extra cover, deep extra cover. The fielder comes across from long off, fields. It was a trademark Saad shot. 2 runs added to the tally. 86 for 3. Saad hits that up in the air, would fall short of the fielder. And Saad comes back quickly for the second as well. Good running there. When the boundaries are not coming, you got to make sure that you run your first one hard, put the pressure on the fielder. Make sure the scoreboard is ticking, has been hit towards fine leg, is running towards the boundary line, but stops before, couple of yards inside the boundary line. Saad picks up another couple. Waited for that ball to come, swirled his body a bit, was aware of the gap there, Saad. Full toss, driven down towards sweeper cover for a single. Saad moves into the double figures. 10 as Davy takes strike. Shot outside the off stump, punch towards deep cover again. It's been a busy fielder there. Slowing it down. Saad defending it. Picked up the slow one, Saad. Would have wanted to whack that, but in the end defended it. Well bowled there by Hardeep. End of his spell, 2 for 19. Bowled pretty well, Hardeep. He was the one who broke the momentum of Glenmore Knights innings. Picked up 2 wickets in the same over. And since then, the run rate has gone south a bit. 92 for 3, 6 overs remaining. As Robbie comes in and bowls to Davy. Davy hits it towards long off, picks up another single. If Glenmore Knights had to get anywhere close 150, they've scored 10 runs and over. It's not an easy task here unless somebody breaks loose. Saad makes room, punches it towards deep cover. Results only in a single. The Kings too would be happy to give singles. Davy puts it away towards short square leg. Davy Hazel moves up to 12. The ball is going towards third man. Thickish head. Complete the second run. Five of the over so far. Full toss, hit towards long on. Cut by the fielder. Saad would be a little bit disappointed there. It was a low full toss. I think that did the trick. Otherwise, Saad was looking to dispatch that over mid-wicket. Up in the air, straight. End of the over. 15 gone, 99 for 3. We saw in yesterday's game, 140 was not enough, was below par. Similar conditions today. I'm sure we'll see attempts to go aggressive here. Glenmore Knights batsman. The first priority should be to look at win the game. Driven over extra cover. The fielder fields at the boundary line. And Davy takes another 2. Although the run rate would be at the back of their minds. But Knights have to make sure that they win this game to stay in top 3. Outside the off stump wide. Hundred up for Glenmore Knights. 101 for 3. 102 now. Full toss, flicked towards fine leg. The ball doesn't have legs to go beyond the circle. But Davy picks up another couple. Moves up to 17 for 17 from 17 balls, strike rate of 100, which I'm sure you'll be thinking of increasing that. Shot, throws the bat at it, gets a single. Dhaliwala has been expensive. As next one lobbed over mid off, wideish mid off. Just a single. Dhaliwal has been a little expensive. Good length ball played towards backward point. No run added to the score. Dhaliwal would be thinking to end the spell well here. Has been driven up in air but falls short of the sweeper cover. Picks it up on one bounce. The batsman crossover for another single. And score moves to 107 for 3. 4 overs to go now. Kings have done a wonderful job post the opening partnership of 70 by Sanjay and Daniel Paul. Daniel did hit some lusty hits. Sanjay looked a little bit rusty today, but scored 20 something. As Just Gill comes back into the attack and is adjusting his field. He's got 2 overs remaining from his quota of 4. Foolish ball didn't connect well. David there gets a single though. Someone has to up the ante here from Glenmore Knights if they want to get close to 150. The next one bowls wideish line. Saad hits it towards long off, not where he intended to play the shot. He was trying to make the room. The bowler picked it up, threw the ball wider. Good bowling there. That's a hit. Hit over mid wicket. Oh, what a wonderful attempt. Misjudged that ball. Was coming in the ball because of the wind. Was going over his head. Tried one-handed. Almost caught that. Saad hits the next one towards Sweeper, gets a single. The previous ball, cow corner coming in too fast. Didn't judge that ball well, but made an valiant attempt. Davy hits that again towards cow corner. Fielder slipped there, but Davy and Saad didn't make use of that misfield, wanting to preserve the power to be able to hit lusty hits. And that is clean as a whistle. That's what I meant. That he would be looking to preserve his energy to be able to clear the fence, and which he did quite comfortably on the last ball. That boundary came after quite a few overs. Picked up nicely, went through the shot. Just finishes third over. No wickets for 26. As Knights move to 118 for 3 with 18 balls to go in their innings. I think the batsmen have decided here to go hammer and tong. They've got some gas still in the dugout. Amir Hamza can hit. So can Osama. Himanshu can hit as well. Oh, trying to be cheeky there. Davy missing the ball. Huge gap there. No one on the fine leg. No fielder between deep square leg and the keeper. That's what David was eyeing. Didn't make any connect. No runs. Full toss. Couldn't make use of that. Disappointed David there, and rightly so. No runs in the first two balls. Every doubt ball is going to create pressure. Hit away towards shot mid wicket. Quick run, and come back for two. Ran first one hard there, David. Saad responded well. Completed two there. Move on to 120. Is Robbie in his fourth over. Length ball hit towards long off in the air. One run. Saad would be looking to clear that cow corner or extra cover. Missed the ball completely. No addition to the score. Robbie, although hasn't picked up any wickets, has bowled well. He would be looking to bowl under the dot ball here or create a chance for wicket. Misses the run up, goes back again to the top of his mark. Saad drives it down towards long off where the fielder feels. End of the over, end of a good spell there from Robbie. None for 23 in his four. One, two for three. As David Hazel looks like he's retiring. Yes, pretty much. David Hazel retired out for 25 in 27 balls. Amir Hamza is walking to the last few years. We have seen this in international leagues as well. Batsmen retiring. "7:35 p.m. here. Do remember that the game started 10-15 minutes late. Saad hits that over. Cover point. One bounce. The bounce helped that fielder to field the ball. Get a single.
Swing and a miss by Amir. Really great spell by Damanpreet so far. Just 14 runs in 3.2 overs and a wicket. Amir missed it completely again.
Great over so far. Only 3 in the 19th. Bowled him. Hits the timber. 125 for 4. You miss, I hit. End of a fantastic spell by Daman. 16 runs, two wickets in his quota of 4 overs. Has been the pick of the bowlers for Kings 2. Have to say Glenmore Knights losing their way here. They were close to 65 in their 10 overs. In the process of wanting to accelerate, losing wickets at crucial junctures. 3 in succession. And Saad and Devi had to rebuild then.
be fair, the Kings too have bowled pretty well. Last over about to begin. Let's see if Glenmore Knights can cross 140. That should be a no ball as we wait for the umpire signal. There's a no ball given by umpire for the height. A free hit. The fielding side can change the field as strike is with the new batsman. Wanting to drive edges. The batsman crossover for a single. There's a bail missing from the stump there. Only one bail, as we could see. If the cameras can zoom in. Yep. I realized it now, and due to wind, the team's agreeing to not put the bails on the top of the stumps. It's just outside the off stump, wanting to hit that ball through the kitchen sink at it. Got an edge, and keeper took a good catch. Fifth wicket down for Glenmore Knights now. In a spot of bother, I would say, although this is the first innings, would have liked to get past 150 here. Kings doing a marvelous job of containing the score. South goes out for 27. Didn't get going. Another catch, not taken by the keeper. It flew past him, was quite quick. Himanshu, the ball was angling cross, took the edge of the bat, outside edge. Would have been a fairly simple catch for the slip, which was not there. Keeper extended his arms, couldn't reach. Osama punches that ball towards long off. Running the first one really hard. Direct hit would have been curtains for Himanshu. They have to take these chances. .131 for 5. Two more balls to go in this innings. Osama misses that. I think that was a slow one by Jas. Fox is the batsman there. Last delivery of the innings. Shot outside the leg stump. Hits Osama on back. They come back for two. Should be leg by signal. Looks like Osama got glove or something on it, as the umpire does not signal runs. End of the innings. 133 for 5. Daniel and Sanjay gave a good start to the Glenmore Knights. And Saad and Davy couldn't go going. Good spells bowled by the Kings 2 bowlers.
Damanjeet Joshi, Damanpreet Joshi, pick of the bowlers. Really, he along with Hardeep Saran did a magnificent job for Kings 2, picking 2 wickets each. Less than 5 runs an over, with Damanpreet going only for 4 an over. Dhaliwal Gurpreet was expensive. Robbie bowled a good spell as well. Couldn't pick up wickets but contained the batsman and just bowled a fantastic last over. Picked up Saad's wicket. 134 needed by Kings 2 to win this match. As we take a short break before we come back for the second innings.
Play about to begin. Batsman taking guard. Hardeep, who bowled brilliantly. He scored 203 runs in 11 games with a healthy, very, very good strike rate. Devesh is going to start the proceedings for Glenmore Knights with the wind blowing across should help him swing the ball. Has the ability to bring the ball back into the right-hander as well. Important for Glenmore Knight bowlers to start well, whereas Kings 2 would be thinking not to do anything silly. Kings 2 need 133, 134. Something wrong with the scoreboard, showing 6 already. No ball has There's no ball that has been bowled so far. The innings has not started, so scorers have to correct that.
Why are they manifesting something?
Glenmore Knights would like that. As Devesh starts with a length ball driven through the cover. Excellent shot. The ball stops inside the boundary line. Himanshu picks up, gets the ball back, relays it to Sanjay, who's fielding at short extra cover. Good hit that. Hardeep picks up 2, opens the count. Foolish ball outside the offside. Appeal for caught behind. Probably the bat hit the ground there. Seven-two field for the wish. Shot mid wicket, and Daniel fielding on long off as Devesh bowls foolish ball. Hit straight. Runs across the boundary line for 4. Excellent shot that. Playing it with a straight bat. That boundary resulting in the field change now. Assad instructing Sean David Hazel to fall back. 2 fielders outside now. Guarding the boundary line. Both of them straighter. That has been picked up. What a wonderful blow. Beautiful shot. Maximum. That's not the start that Glenmore Knights would have wanted. Picked that up from outside the off stump. Hardeep starting the bang here. Putting Devesh under pressure. It was a massive hit.
Good shot.
Devesh has to get his line and length right here. Foolish ball. Played towards mid-off for a single. Good start here for Kings 2. Just J. Gill is the other opener for Kings 2. Plays it towards cover, fielded by Himanshu. End of the first over, 13 off it. This broadcast is brought to you by 22 Yards, courtesy our sponsors, YYC Cricket, Auto Reboot, Northwest Physio and Massage, Source Sports, and Kinetic Sports. A heartfelt thanks from C&DCL. Amir Hamza is going to start the fresh over from the other end. It'd be bowling to Hardeep, who has connected the ball pretty well so far. Just one fielder outside as Amir comes in. Foolish ball has been driven, was in air, but was away from the fielder there. Hardeep picks up another 2 here. Slight adjustment in the field. Amir bowls next ball outside the off stump, is lobbed up into the air. Should be an easy catch, and is Wasim Hayat picks up the catch. Amir breaks through as he has been doing right through this tournament. That would give the Glenmore Knights a sigh of relief there for the captain. Bowled wide outside the off stump, was foolish. Hardeep wanted to drive that ball. Looks like Hayat has hurt his hand. Not sure if it's a split webbing or something. The ball was in the air, was swirling. First wicket there for Glenmore Knights. Hardeep was going well. "15 for 1 now. Kings 2. As Mandeep replaces Hardeep's run. Devesh on short third. Daniel at point. David cover. Himanshu extra cover. There's a long off, long on. As Wasim has gone back to the dugout to get some treatment. Play is held up because of that. We've seen some great shots today here at the grounds. Looks like they may need a sub.
Kings 2 players helping Wasim Hayat there. Good to see. I know the game is played hard in the field, but looking after one another here. Players from both sides. Let's hope it's not too bad for Wasim, as he's one of the key bowlers. He bowled a wonderful spell in his last game. Gave less than 10 runs in his 4 overs and picked up wickets in crucial stages. Saad gets into the slip. Devesh gets back towards backward pointish. Amir bowls in, swings in. Full ball, well bowled there, Amir. Played back to the bowler, no run. I sense there would be a bowling change on the other end. Probably we might see Sean Reader taking over from Devesh. Here's Amir. Bowls well. Full ball coming in. Driven down towards deep cover. Danny gives a chase. Shoots the ball from the boundary. Osama collects the ball. Glenmore Knights are fielding with 10 men only. Slower one coming in. Wanting to put the ball in covers. Somehow made contact there. No damage done. Amir is settling to good line and length here. Slow one has been picked up over the infield towards point boundary for 4. Trying a slow one, trying to fox the batsman. The batsman picking up the slow one, flashing hard. Gets a boundary. Good start here for Kings 2, minus the wicket. Devesh continuing here. So we're not seeing any bowling change. The captain displaying faith in his premier bowler. Wasim comes back into the field. Is it split webbing? Split webbing? Yeah, there's a confirmation there. Split is webbing. Left hand, so not his bowling hand. That's some good news, as he would be able to bowl as Devesh runs away from us. Driven towards cover, picks up the gap. There's a call for second. Should be easily able to make it. Bad throw there from Amir. But the fielder was backing up there. Couple of runs. Always a chance of getting hurt. It's a hard ball. Outside the off stump. Better line, better length. Getting the ball to move across the right-hander. Still operating with a field of 7-2. Devesh. That has been played over the point fielder. Another two. The batsmen are running hard. Make it easily. As Erd there on the length. A lot of width provided by the bowler there. And Gill made contact. So the ball flew past backward point. Nice ball, nice comeback. The ball coming in. Saad would be thinking where would the second wicket be coming from, and just tries to drive the ball. Misses. Osama diving to his right, collects the ball. Devesh today is bowling a yard slower than his normal pace. Driven down towards mid-off. Vishan comes in from long off. Fields the ball. End of the second over. Third over. Second over from Devesh. 26 for 1. Kings 2 would be wanting to make maximum damage in their power play. His run making does get slow. In the later half of the innings, the ball becomes a little softer. The ground is still on a heavier side, although the grass has been cut. Still enough grass. Slow outfield. Mandeep on strike. Short cover there for stopping the single. The ball came in, picked up well by Mandeep. Played it towards mid-wicket where the fielder from long on, crossed across, picked up the ball. Played with a swing there by Mandeep. .27 for 1. Great ball. Jacked up from length. That's his strength. Tall bowler. Hits the deck hard. Outside the off stump, punch towards cover, no run, went straight to Sean, who fields it. Gives the ball back to Amir Hamza. Under 6.5 runs needed in an over. Kings 2 to win the game. Amir bowls that ball shortish length outside the off stump, cut towards backward point. Dan fields but cannot prevent the single. Mandeep moves to 7. Amir digs in shot outside the off stump. That ball moved away a little bit after pitching. Gill wanting to put that ball over the mid-wicket fielder. Misses. Last ball of the over. Might try a slow one. Does not, is up in the air but falls in no man's land. And the runner was ball watching. Sean realizing that, throwing the ball back, trying to hit the stumps. No damage done. 29 for 1 in 4. Kings 2 need another 105 for 16 overs. 9 wickets in hand. They play sensibly. This should not be a difficult chase. Somebody from Glenmore Knights has to step up. Stop the flow of runs. There's a bowling change. Sean comes in, replacing Devesh. Right arm over the stumps. Immediately an appeal for LBW. Good length there. Came in. No addition to the score. No damage done. Sean outside the off stump has been hit. Should be a catch. Oh, it's dropped. And worst is he's given another run. You drop the catch, but salt gets rubbed into your wounds if that drop results in extra runs. Not happy with himself, Himanshu. Was not an easy catch, but was takeable catch. As this one is again outside the off stump and has been put away. Thickish edge. Get another couple. Good throw there. There's an appeal for run out. And looks like the batsman has made the ground. Was a good throw. If that was flat, could have been disaster for Gill. Ran the first one hard. That was the key to completing the second run. Sean shortens the leg. Batsman gets top on the bounce. Cuts it towards backward point. Another couple. It's good batting here by the Kings 2 team. Gill. The shadows lengthening here at the ground. Getting a little bit cooler. Sean is driven towards cover where Hamza Ilyas fields. Can't prevent a single. Score moves quickly to 36 for the loss of 1 wicket. Here's Sean once again. Shortish length. Cannot field on his own. Results in a single. He's not happy with himself, Sean there. End of the over, 37 for 1. 5 gone. Amir to continue his third over. Really the result of the other two bowlers not being able to put some pressure. Taking a chance out there, looking for wickets. Rightly so. The slip comes out. Hamza comes in. Has been punched straight to Sean, who does well. Fields. Was a powerful shot. No runs. Mandeep batting on 8. Amir comes in outside the off stump. Slog misses and keeper does the rest. Tall fast bowlers are always difficult to deal with. Hit, wanting a run, but decide against it, and rightly so. Slow one outside the off stump. Took the edge. Amir not happy there. Having a word with the keeper. They can't let the chances go begging. Glenmore Knights, if they have to win this game, they have to give every chance to themselves. Take every chance that comes their way. Mandeep has to settle down here a bit. It's the last over of the power play, probably that playing on his mind. Short of length, played towards short point, backward point. No runs there. Amir Hamza has been fantastic this season. He's the highest wicket taker so far in this tournament. He would be looking to add to his tally. Full toss. Played towards fine leg. Swinging in. 2 more added to score. Kings 2 move up to 39. End of the over. End of third over from Amir Hamza. Are we seeing another bowling change? No. Sean Reid, another tall, fast bowler. A lot of tall bowlers in international cricket have been difficult to get away. Joel Garner, the big bird, tall, 6'8" or something. Lenny Pascoe, another tall, well-built bowler. Lenny Pascoe, as Sean bowls in next ball outside the off stump, short of length, played towards backward point for a single. Lenny Pascoe was a fearsome bowler for Australia. Played alongside the great Jeff Thompson. Were mates from the childhood. Sean Reader. Next one pitched into the block hole. Dug out quite well. Amir misfields there. But lucky batsmen are content with one. Jeff Thompson and Lenny Pascoe had a lot of things in common. Reader shot didn't bounce as much as the batsman wanted. Missed by the keeper. Buys there. Didn't bounce as much as the keeper and the batsman expected. Score moves up to 41 for 1. Excellent start this for Kings 2. Sean comes in short outside the off stump. Flashing. Wide signaled. Three balls remaining in this over. 7th of the innings in progress. Sean comes in, wanting to hit on the up. The ball bounced a bit, hit the top of the bat. Lucky didn't carry to Amir Hamza at short covers. Falling well short. Saad realizing that he wants to come in catching positions, although he was in one in slips. Sean comes in. That should be out. Is out. That's wonderful bowling from Sean. He pulled back the length. He's bowling quick here. Second wicket down for Kings 2. Kings 2 following the similar pattern of losing wickets, although only 2 have been dismissed so far. Mandeep out for 11. Caught by Osama. Bowled by Sean Reader. He's pumped up, Sean Reader. Coming back to Thompson and Pascoe. They both were friends. Had a lot of things in common. Their love for surfing and terrorizing the batsman with their pace. Len Pascoe used to hit batsmen for fun. Was a Yugoslav, Pascoe. Moved to Australia. In his childhood, as Sean bowls the next ball quicker. Batsman misses. No runs. Len Pascoe also was instrumental in getting the helmet to the international cricket. Although he loved to bowl fast, he didn't enjoy hitting people. He hit quite a few batsmen. First batsman he hit resulted in injury to head, but luckily that batsman survived. Sandeep Patil was hit by Pascoe on the head. As Amir is continuing his 4th over, wanting wickets here, Saad taking that risk. Sandeep Patil went on to make 177 in that innings.
Ian Davies and Lenny Pascoe. Figured out a helmet. But was it really Dennis Emmis, the English cricketer, who wore the helmet for the first time? I think it was the World Series in '77. Amir, batsman wanted to drive, is wide. Wide signal by the umpire. 45 for 2. When Dennis Emmis started to wear the helmet, a lot of people made fun of him. But he quickly proved them wrong because he got hit on the head and the helmet saved him. Amir comes in, has been punched, falls short of Saad at extra cover. Batsmen go through for a single, 46 for 2. The helmet then came quickly into international cricket. And if my memory serves right, it was Graham Yallop from Australia who was the first man to wear a helmet in Test cricket. '88 required in 12.4 overs. Slower one, picked up well. Single. Score moves up to 47 for 2. Searching wickets here, Amir. Saad realizing that he needs wickets. Bowling his premier bowler. 4 overs on the trot. Banks it in, has been pulled away for boundary, crosses the boundary line. Putting effort there, Amir, but bowling short. Didn't come up as much as he would have wanted. And Gill pouncing on that ball quickly. Capitalizing on that ball. Gets a boundary. 50-0. Full toss. Put away towards fine leg. 52 for 2 now. Last ball of his spell. 82 needed of 12. Again, this is an important phase of the innings for both the teams. Full pitch, driven down. Single. Raman scored a half century in his last game. The protective gear in cricket has come a long way. The game has changed a lot. The leagues around the world helping sports. This one is up again. Should be a catch. Oh, what are you guys doing? The good thing is that they managed to take the catch as Devesh and Osama hit each other there, crashed into each other. Third wicket there. Sean picks up his second wicket of the first ball of the third over.
53 for 3. That will give some legs to the Glenmore Knights team. That ball jacked up a little bit. Raman wanted to play through the line. Ended up ballooning the ball towards backward point. Was gullish more than backward point. Went up in the air. Osama, the keeper, running across and taking the catch. Sean bowls outside the leg stump wide. Just G is the new batsman, the captain for Kings 2. Good ball there. Played down towards mid-off. No run added to the tally. Score remains at 54 for 3. Ninth over in progress. The required run rate going up a little bit. Not unmanageable. Hit through the gap, wasn't here, but there was nobody there. There was a gap in between cover and long off. Gets a couple there. Opens the account for himself with a couple. Sean bowls full outside the off stump. Quicker one. Dan loosening up. Probably he's going to come into the attack. That has been hit up in the air. Should be a catch. Danny picks up the catch. Third wicket for Sean. Fourth down for Kings 2. They are losing their way here. Fourth wicket down. 56 for 4.
Nicely judged catch by Danny here.
quick. He's pumped up, Sean. 3 wickets for him in his 3 overs and for 14 runs. Really using his height to his advantage. Run rate crossing 7 for the first time. The leagues around the world have given a chance to the young guys to make a career out of cricket. ICC trying their best to promote the game in a lot of countries. Think about 108 or 110 countries play cricket now. Still not a popular sport in many parts of the world. The bowling change here. Dan was loosening up in the previous over, and we see Dan. First over, short of length, played towards long on. Sean comes in quickly. Can't prevent batsman take a single. Gill moves up to 22. Navjot is the next man in. Dan bowls short. Got away with that. Osama staying low. It's a good ball. Good length. Batsman going back into the crease. Playing it down towards cover. Shot again. Cut away. Sean Fields gets the ball back quickly. Prevents the second. As Dan is bowling to Gill. That's been swept across. Should cross the boundary. No, it's stopping. 2 runs there. Good shot there. Realizing there's no one on the square leg, deep square leg. Sweeping. The third man is going across to the leg side now. Gill has played a measured innings so far. He holds the key to Kings 2's chase here. 60. Late cut was delicate, deft. Touch there by Gill. End of the first over from Daniel Paul. 5 runs. 61 for 4. Not much separating the first 10 overs of each innings in terms of score. Although Kings 2 have lost 4 wickets and Glenmore Knights had lost none. Kings 2 did start well, put the opening bowlers under pressure, especially Devesh. Glenmore Knights pulling things back. Knights were around 65 in their first 10 overs, after which they lost steam, couldn't carry on the momentum. This has been picked up. A wonderful shot there from Gill. Short of length. This time the ball not bouncing as much as Sean wanted.
Picked up brilliantly by Gill. Over the infield. No one on the leg side. Boundary. Great shot there. Great timing. The field falls back now as Sanjay is on the mid-wicket boundary. Only 3 fielders on the boundary line. Tries once more. Sean is trying. His field is not set up for that length. He's got 6 men on the off. That length and line has to be better. Outside the off stump, that's more like it. Ball to your field. Short ball here and there. He's buoyed. He's bending his back. He's bowled brilliantly so far. Navjot. Just 1 run from his 5 balls. Faced. And that's a catch! Wonderful, wonderful bowling. Sean picking up his 4th wicket. He has been bowling shortish length, has been bowling short. Batsmen expecting short balls. Going neither forward nor backward. 5th wicket down. It's a brilliant bit of bowling by Sean. Again, bending back. That was a quick one. Nothing short from Navjot. Picks up a wicket on the penultimate delivery of his spell. Sean would be mighty pleased with himself, and so would be his captain. Damanpreet is a new batsman in. Spot of bother now, Kings 2. Saad would be eyeing to get Kings 2 out quickly and win with a good margin. Outside the off stump, short ball, base. End of a fantastic spell from Sean Reader. Got Glenmore Knights back into the game. 4 overs on trot there from Sean. I think we'll see Wasim from the other end now. To replace Sean from the other end. Dan continuing. Gill would be wanting some support from his teammates. Dan comes in. Shot, wants to sweep, and is an LBW, missed it completely. Wanting to sweep the ball. Missed. Hit the pads, and umpire had no hesitation. That is trouble for Kings 2. They're in a deep hole here. As Glenmore Knights getting hold of proceedings here. From 41 for 1, they have ended up at 66 for 6. This was a runner ball chase, making it difficult for themselves. Kings 2 batsman Dhaliwal is the next man in. Slower through the air, gets a thick edge. Well fielded there by Amir. Throws the ball back to Dan. Gets ready on top of his mark. Flighted ball. Missed it completely. That's an appeal for run out, but I think the batsman was in. Dhaliwal wanted to dispatch that ball over mid-wicket. 2 byes there. 68 now, the score for the loss of 6 wickets. Daniel Paul bowling to a 5-4 field. 5 on the off, 4 on the leg. A little bit quicker, shorter, should be a catch. Is a catch! There was a quicker one, shortish in length, wider on the off stump. The batsman, instead of playing on the offside, swirled and wanted to hit over. Sean didn't get the connection there. It's a poor shot by Dhaliwal. Knights in a great position to finish this game quickly now. Seven down for 68. Dan gets ready to bowl to the new batsman. Flighted, ended up bowling a full toss. Has been driven towards extra cover, where Devesh had to do a fair bit of running. Single. Score moves up to 69 as Charan is the new batsman in. Opened his account with a single. Damanpreet facing Dan. Flighted slower through the air. Appeal for RBW. Pitching outside the leg. End of an successful over for Dan. Picked up 2 wickets there. Davy Hazel looks like is going to come into the attack. Saad doing the right thing, realizing that he wants Wasim fit in the playoffs, not bowling him. Sean Reader coming to long on as Davy bowls. Flighted one. Is that a bowl? No. Good first ball to start the spell with. It was Sean who really broke the backbone of Kings 2 batting. Davy Hazel, tall, lanky bowler. Bowls off spin as a good, faster one as well. Bowls quicker through the air compared to Dan. This one is slow one. Hit, almost a catch, but it was away from Saad. "77. Glenmore Knights lost first wicket in 70. Quicker through there, picked up over cow corner. That's a six. Is it six? Four. Four. The fielder there signaling six. Just, I felt it just crossed over the boundary line in the air by about 6 inches. Good hit there. 76 for 7 now. Davy bowls another flighted delivery which is driven down to long off where Himanshu fields. 57 required of 7.1. Required run rate now 7.95. That still is not too bad, but they don't have too many wickets left in their kitty. David bowls quicker one, mixing up his pace, varying the speed of the ball. End of a good over, except for that ball that went for six. The rest of the balls were good. That was not a loose ball really. The batsman picked up that ball well. Was a good shot, you have to say. Wasn't a bad ball though. Daniel continuing from the other end. Damanpreet batting on 7. Was happy to hit that 6. Daman. Dan bowls quicker through the air. Is being hit towards square leg. Himanshu giving the chase. Nice throw in the keeper's hands. 2 more added to Glenmore. Kings to Kitty. Move up to 79. 55 required of 6.5 overs. Outside the off stump, that has been picked up. Should be a 6. It is. That went way over the head of Sean Reader. Lusty blow that from Damanpreet. I think some insect has gone into the eye of the wicket keeper. Washing the eye there. It's irritating when things like those happen. Another stoppage in play. We had a couple of stoppages in the play. First one was hurt. Not that the fielding side wanted to halt the proceedings, but these are the uncontrollables. Part and parcel of the game.
Calgary and District Cricket League organizing this T20 Elite tournament. 10 teams participating in it. Damanjeet 15 from his 6, courtesy couple of lusty hits to over the boundary. He's at 2 sixes so far. Previous ball picked up beautifully. Went down on one knee. Used all his power. Dan strengthening that leg side field now. Devesh coming in from deep extra cover inside the circle. As Danny bowls short, late cut. 1 run. Shot again, pulled towards squarish mid wicket. The Kings 2 add another to their total, move to 87 for 7. Daniel bowls that again, put away towards mid wicket, where David Hazel fields another good throw from deep, straight into hands of Osama. Good arm there from David. Charanpreet, flighted ball outside the off stump, watches, lets it go. End of the third over from Daniel, 2 for 19 in his 3 so far. 46 of 6 now, required by Kings 2. 46 required in 6. As we see a bowling change. Devesh coming in back. He's bowled 2 overs so far. .46 required of 36 now. Devesh bowls the first ball of the over wide. Dan moving a little bit wideish, long on, deep square leg. Closer to the mid wicket rather than square leg. Sanjay. Dan posted on the cow corner fence as Devesh comes in. A wild hike, misses the ball completely. No damage done. No run scored. The light fading away. Another hike, quicker one. Has picked up the pace. Last 2 balls quicker than he has bowled so far in the spell.
He would want to get his mojo back, Divesh. Slow one outside the off stump. Another wide. 890 now for 7. Glenmore Knights have been guilty of conceding too many extras in this tournament so far. Full outside the off stump has been driven towards cover point boundary where Saad is gives a chase, gets to the ball. 2 added. Daman playing a cameo here. Shot has been picked up and Sanjay is getting under the ball. Should be a catch. Is a catch. Picks up the wicket, Divesh. Good catch in the end by Sanjay. Was outside the off stump. Wanted to hit towards cow corner. Ended up hitting towards mid wicket. The ball wasn't there for quite some time. It's darkish now. The light is fading. Considering that was a good catch. I think he didn't pick the catch ball up initially, but made the ground. And what matters is held the catch. Divesh would feel good to be among the wickets. Got some treatment in his first over. Damanpreet, the man caught. Not by Sean, that was Sanjay. Sean is fielding on long on. Very close to us in the comm box. As Divesh is bowling to Robbie. Beautiful ball. Angled in and then held its line. Robbie didn't know much about that. Divesh has to bowl more of that. He will get his confidence back. One for 22 so far. Again outside the off stump. Appeal for catch behind, but the bat hit the pitch. End of 15, 92 for 8. 42 of 30 balls. A lot of insects around. As Dawn hitting the ground. Think we are seeing a bowling change here. Himanshu Asnani is going to bowl from the far end. Saad marshalling his troops, asking Amir Hamza to come ahead to stop a single as Asnani comes in, bowls a fuller one, has been driven towards extra cover. Results in 2 runs. Charan covering the line of that ball and driving it. That's a good ball outside the off stump. Foolish delivery. Wider than the previous one. Charan wanting to repeat that shot. Didn't get hold of the ball. Played away from the body. Foolish ball on the stumps. Played towards square leg. Batsman crossover for a single. Score moves along to 95 for 8. "27 legal deliveries remaining. 39 needed by Kings 2. Asnani comes in and bowls, targeting the stumps. Right thing to do. Ball goes to Wasim, where he fields. Quicker one outside the off stump. A slog. The batsman thinks it's a wide. I guess he just closed his eyes in the process of slogging that ball. Last ball of the over. Full toss outside the leg stump, wide. Well collected by Osama. Extra effort there from Himanshu. Not able to control. Wavered. Keep it simple. Don't need to do too much. That's better. An appeal. Half-hearted by the keeper. Good over that from Himanshu. 39 of 4 required by Kings 2 to win the match. And Glenmore Knights need 2 wickets to clinch a victory here. This phase between the 6th over and the 15th over has been where most of the games I've witnessed in past 3 or 4 days. That's where the game has changed. Batsmen have to come up with better plans to handle that phase. 96 for 8 as Devesh is bowling his last over. Full ball on the stumps. Hit towards short square leg. The batsmen want to, but non-striker sends the batsman back. Single. Robbie has not been able to open his account so far. He's faced 5 balls. It's getting chilly as well here. Horizontal shot going straight towards Sean David. Pardon me, not Sean. Single. Almost 10 runs required now per over. Full ball into the stumps. Well bowled there for Devesh. Came back well, Devesh, in his last 2 overs, making up for the first 9 balls that he bowled. Shot of length outside the off stump. Played towards third man. Couldn't collect there, Devesh.
Should have been really single. Not happy there. Saad and Namir. 100 up for Kings 2. 100 for 8. Oh, appeal for caught behind. Fortunately for Charan, the ball did not take the edge of the bat. Last ball of the over. And the spell from Devesh. Full ball. That's a good one. Good way to end the spell. Did well in the end. 26 from 4. After not starting well, Devesh ended up taking a wicket in his last over. Not this one, the previous one that he bowled. 34 required a 3. .33 is the run rate required. A few lusty blows needed by Kings 2 as Himanshu comes in. No run there. Well bowled into the... He's targeting the block hole, bowling straight, wicket to wicket. Batsman not ready. As Himanshu. What's bothering him? Maybe the fielders are talking when he's starting the run-up. Again into the block hole, dug out well. Towards short mid-wicket. Went over short mid-wicket. Saad had to come in from long on to field that. Batsman had enough time to take another couple. It's well bowled again. He's hitting that slot. Another appeal for run out, but looks like the batsman made the ground. Himanshu is time and again hitting the right area. Full straight. Difficult to get under the ball for Robbie. Another one picked up. This time the ball was on middle and leg. Played it towards mid-wicket. Batsman pick up a single. Brings Charan back into the strike. 103 for 8. 31 from 2.2. Wanting to hit that ball towards square leg, vacant, square and fine leg. Missing the ball completely. Last ball of the over. Good spell from Himanshu so far. One has been picked up. Should be a catch. Is the catch. Wonderful catch there from the skipper, I guess. No, not the skipper, but difficult to tell from here who caught. I think that was Hamza Ilyas. Good catch. The visibility is not great now. Picks up a wicket, much deserved. Himanshu, 103 for 9 now. All but curtains. For Kings 2, looks like it's difficult for them to cross the line now.
The Kings to put pressure on Glenmore Knights initially, but they came back well as this ball has been hit straight down the ground for a single. Saad must have been worried in the beginning of the innings, but the bowlers responded very well, led by Sean Reader, who picked up 4 wickets, bowled with some venom, bend his back once he got his first wicket, gave spring to his legs. Aggressive fast bowling by Sean as David bowls the next one. And there's an appeal for stumping. Is that an out? No. Umpire says no. It was a quicker one from David. Played towards mid-wicket where Devesh comes in. Sanjay, not Devesh. Fourth ball of the over has been punched down towards the ground straight. Sean gets behind the ball, gets back. Single. 28 for 12 from 12. Required run rate 21. Full straight. Single. Was important for Glenmore Knights to win the game. They would have wanted a bigger margin as this one has been hit in the air straight. Spins around and Hamza fields. End of the over. Last over to go. 33. 133. Glenmore Knights. 26 needed of 1. We did feel that 133 was not a great score, but the Glenmore Knights bowlers responded very well. I'm pretty sure that Saad would have wanted a bigger victory margin. This one has been hit down for a single. Five sixes needed to win the match. 4 would tie. Would be a miracle. This one is caught at the square leg. That's a phenomenal win for Glenmore Knights. Winning by 25. Kings 2 all out for 109. What a performance. What a bowling performance from the Glenmore Knights. They went for a few runs in power play, but Sean came in and changed the complexion of the game. Should be the man of the match, Sean Reader. It was him who changed the complexion of the game for Glenmore Knights, winning by 24 runs. Glenmore Knights bowling card. Devesh 1 for 26. Amir Hamza 1 for 23. Sean Reader 4 for 19. Daniel bowled 3 overs for 19 runs, picked up a couple of wickets. And Himanshu Usnani bowled a good spell as well. Kingstow finishing up at 109. Although Glenmore Knights would have wanted more runs on the board, but all is well that ends well. Kingstow did bowl well in the second phase of their bowling innings. That win brings up Glenmore Knights up to the second position from their 9 games. We still have to wait for a couple of games in the league to ascertain where they finish up in the table. But they would be qualifying for playoffs. A happy dugout there. As we come to the conclusion of this broadcast from Westwinds, I hope you enjoyed the coverage. Once again, we thank our sponsors. YYC Sports, Kinetic Sports, YYC Cricket, Kinetic Sports, Source Sports, Auto Reboot, and Northwest Physio and Massage. With myself, Sandeep, Jaideep, bidding audio. Till next time, have a wonderful evening.